Hope, welcome back to my channel. I am a business coach and photographer based in Charleston, and this YouTube channel is where I share education for entrepreneurs as well as a little peek into my life in the Low Country. But today I want to talk specifically about photography businesses. For anybody who is not familiar with my story or my journey of how I got to where I am right now, 8 years ago, I started my business as a 16-year-old high school student. So I was literally a junior in high school when I began doing photography for my friends, and then I started slowly charging for it. And then at 18, I actually dropped out of college to pursue my career full time and have never looked back. So I am huge on the business side of photography, the marketing side of photography. And in that first year, when I dropped out of college and decided to pursue my business full time, I was actually able to generate what was really a side hobby to a full-time 6-figure earning business in just 1 year. And that is a huge piece of my story. And I speak at sold out conferences all over the United States about the concept of how to build your photography business quickly. Because not only did I build a business, but I did it fast, because I basically had 1 semester off of college to prove to my dad that this could be a full-time career before he was gonna let me continue to not go back to college. So I had like crunch time, right? Like I had so much pressure on me to make sure that I was increasing my bookings, increasing my pricing, and making enough income for this to be a full-time career. So because I did it in a really short kind of crunch time window, I have some strategies to share with you about how to grow your photography business quickly. There's some things that I did in that first year of being full-time that really set me apart from my competitors in my market, and that really allowed me to raise my prices and book up my calendar at a very quick rate. So I want to walk you guys through 3 big tips today, 3 major things that I did in that first year of my business to see exponential growth and go from a side hobby photographer that was just a high school student to a 6-figure earning business owner. So number 1, which I think is one of the most important things I'm going to talk about today, it's something that I think a lot of photographers look over in the early seasons of their business, is that I always strategically made myself appear to be more in demand than I actually was. Even when I wasn't out shooting, I was sharing about the behind the scenes of my business constantly. Every single day on social media, I was presenting myself as hardworking, as busy, as in demand as I possibly could. And on the days when I wasn't shooting, I was going out and photographing my peers and my friends and my family members, not only to practice my skills, but also to have consistent, new, fresh work to be sharing with my audience. I always wanted my audience to see that I was in demand. I wanted them to feel like I was going to book up so quickly, and if they didn't book a date with me right now, they were going to miss their opportunity. So I was consistently sharing fresh work, consistently sharing about how I was working on my business, and made myself appear to be in demand. I took myself more seriously than anybody else did. I got made fun of for this a lot. I made myself appear to be more professional and more in demand and like a much bigger deal than I actually was. But because I did that, because I was strategic about the way I presented myself, I became that. I became in demand. I started selling out mini sessions. I started booking so quickly that I had to raise my prices just because of the demand that was there. So making yourself appear to be in demand will attract more clients to your business. I always say success attracts success. So you can portray yourself as in demand and successful, you will attract more clients to your business. The second thing that I did in the early seasons of my business that helped me to go quickly is I set very clear expectations with every single person that I worked with. And when I worked with people for free, which as a photographer or any creative business owner, you know that in the early seasons of your business, you kind of have to work for free every once in a while to build your portfolio, to gain exposure, to gain that experience working with your camera. But when I worked for free, when I photographed my friends and my peers and my family, like I was just talking about, in order to like build my business and make myself appear to be in demand, every time I was at a shoot when I was working for free, I set very clear expectations and was very strategic in the ways that I asked my clients to share their images and in the way that I asked people to share about their experience with me. If I was going to photograph somebody for free, I expected them in return to share their images, credit me, and talk about their experience on social media. And instead of just expecting that they would know that and that they would assume the same things that I did, I made sure to clearly communicate those expectations. I would send a message before the shoot saying, "Hey girl, I'm looking so forward to working together, but I just wanted to be sure that you're comfortable with sharing your images and crediting me in exchange for the free images that I'm going to be sending to you." It's a very easy, sweet, nice way of communicating to them that you expect them to share their images in exchange for your time. If you are donating your time and your resources to somebody for free, there should be a clear expectation set of what you expect in return. And lastly, tip number 3 for how I grew my photography business quickly is something that I think is vital to every single business owner in 2021 and every single business owner from here here on out. I think that it is so vital to the success of a small business, especially a creative small business, for you to talk about yourself and share about your life and market personally. I think one of the things that creatives and small business owners and entrepreneurs do wrong is they assume that their audience doesn't care about anything except their work. They assume as a photographer that the only thing that your audience wants to see is the work that you're producing. But I would bet that if I could challenge you this week to do one thing, if I could challenge you to just post a photo of yourself on your Instagram feed or on your Facebook or on your website or your blog, share a photo of yourself, and I bet you that it's going to get more likes and comments and interaction than any of your recent posts will, because your audience will have the opportunity to connect with you, they'll have the opportunity to see you, to feel like they're building a relationship with you and getting to know you outside of your business. I like to say this as saying that we have to remember, as photographers, our clients are typically not photographers, so they can't relate to the fact that we are passionate about our camera gear and excited about capturing memories, but they can relate to the fact that I love Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, and that separates me from my competitors and makes my followers and my clients feel like they have a personal relationship with me, which increases their likelihood of wanting to work with me. So if you are only sharing about your work right now and you are not incorporating who you are and the things about your personal life that separate you from other photographers, you are missing out on the opportunity to connect with your followers and build potential client relationships. The biggest thing that I did that separated me from my competitors when I was only 16 years old and I was going up against women who were 40 and 50 and had been in this industry for decades is that I talked about myself and I talked about my story and my family and my love for home decor and things like that. And that immediately separated me from my competitors because they could not duplicate the personality and the experience that I provided to my clients. So I hope those 3 tips were helpful to you. I would challenge you, if you're going to take one thing away from this video, I would challenge you to share an image of yourself on social media this week. And I promise you, or I would bet that it's going to get way more likes and interaction than anything else that you will share this week. So I hope that these tips were helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to my channel to get more free education each week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.